40 seconds. The red armor will be taken, and it's going to go to Reflux. Reflux now facing off against Exodus, pressing in closer range, which is kind of maybe the opposite of what you want to do when you got those two weapons at your disposal. That being said, 33 to 31, who's to argue? Exodus will go down again. Quick and easy frag for Reflux. Looking for a railgun that's not there. Instead, walks into a pummel of Exodus. We're seeing a lot of kind of needless aggression, I would say, where they get a little bit greedy for the frags, and so I think that we're seeing a mixture of that aggression plus.
Well, not only the frags, but overly greedy of the items. And I just saw Serp waiting on red like a good 20 seconds before it even came up. So the timing has definitely been keeping a lot of these guys out of the action. But that being said, Reflux is going to be picking up quad, does now have LG and shotgun in hand. So he's in a great position to just go on the warpath here. But he's going to be MG down. He's going, hey, Exodus. Exodus,
yes.
Buddy. Alright.
Reflex.
You got a second lease on life that way. But he just threw it all away. But Serp is going to be taken out of the quad carrier just at the last second there. Showing up relatively on time for red.
Relatively. He was able to pick off the quad carrier, so that's actually, I think, a bit more critical. That being said, he's missing, it's like the 5th shotgun shot in a row. He's finally able to get the frag, but if we take a look at the lead, DS is now enjoying, 7 frags up. Reflex picks up a rail and yellow armor. Now searching for more weapons.
Tent around the red armor room.
And he's handed off a rocket launcher, which he should use rather than the rail. He switches up to it finally, but loses his armor. Okay, critical thing. Red armor in 10. Let's see who's going to get the win of the fight this time. And we see potentially a double kill. Reflex needing to head for red armor because that's where everyone's spawning. And it's gone. They missed it. Okay.
He starts to spam rocket launcher just about a second after his enemy leaves.
Yeah, so a little bit of a timing issue for DS on this map, which we didn't really see. I mean, we saw some great red armor pushes previously in Temporal Retribution, so K9 though now down. Potentially could be 10 frags. There it is. 10 frags.
Wow.
Quad in 3.
Alright, so we got about 7 minutes left here. Quad will be coming back up, but is going to die on the pad. So that's going to be completely negated. Exodus did get his second of fame.
I think that was a .05 second of fame.
Yeah.
But to be honest,
Sin
though,
does show up for red.
with Darksiders, they were able to pull out that last 3 second 2 frag win, or whatever it was, the last map. And they're looking a little bit more convincing on this one. That being said, there's still a good 6.5 minutes left to go, so potentially we could see a little bit of a comeback by K9, but they got to throw it together pretty soon. They got to start controlling this red armor. They cannot allow the blue team to keep doing little sneakaways like that. And here's Serp pushing in for rail without any weapons. He's pretty much a fresh spawn expecting to get a railgun. That's not likely.
Who sitting now running away with 18 health, but it looks like he will be getting a pickup for yellow armor and the 50. So he's been, being pretty cautious here, but it has kept his health alive. But as we take a look at KDRs, I mean, things have been really close. Sin has been our MVP so far. Actually, yeah, with 28 frags and only 13 deaths, he's been the survivor. Exodus and Serp, both of them in the negs. Serp not doing so hot at 14 and 24. Reflex is also at a negative KDR with 26 and 28. So Sin has been keeping a lot of this afloat.
Yeah, but that being said, the near break-even KDR for Reflex, not too bad. It's not the druthers obviously, but somebody's got to be taking the brunt of the shitty spawns and stuff like that. I would imagine that might have fallen to Reflex this map. Quad is up, and there it is, blue team all over it. Although we do see a last-second kill and steal by Serp. That was unexpected, because I thought, given the positioning and whatnot, that definitely would have gone to DS. But here is an opportunity for Serp to really kick ass and take some names, close the gap. And he's going to not be able to beat Sin to the railgun. Oh, wow. What a critical shutdown. 55 to 42.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what 20 ping looks like. Or a 20 ping difference looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Final half here, final quarter, 1 health. Exodus almost gets away with that, but with his tail between his legs, he's gonna be taken down once again by Reflux, who does grab red armor, eats a load of buckshot, and again, Exodus is kind of coming into his own with that shotgun. 76% accuracy with that, only 28 rail, but again, this match has been far from cut and dry. There's been a lot of shotgun on shotgun, leaving enemies with scant amounts of health, and that's why we see a lot of these really high rate frag turnovers.
And like both these teams seem to be very into getting in your face. Not a lot of long range railgun play. If the railgun does come out, it's at kind of obvious instances where you know, maybe the guy in the back court that's not really taking the brunt of the attention is shooting off the rails, but we're not really seeing a lot of cherry picking. Instead, it's, yeah, like you said, the shotgun play is ridiculous. We see Sin waiting for about 10 seconds for that red armor to come up, not challenged by it, but there's Exodus around the corner going in his face and just whittling down that armor and health. Exodus will go down. Serp, though, getting revenge, I think. Either that or you got a team kill.
To play Doom 2.
Yeah, wasn't quite sure, so... Here it is, quad.
Ooh, this is huge.
Probably.
Reflux with quad and LG. With 3 minutes left on the clock, yeah, this is going to be the quad that will cement their win.
Yeah, Serp's able to shut it down because he basically abandoned his teammate and went and got red armor. It's like, hey buddy, you handle that quad thing. I'm gonna go get the shiny red thing that keeps me alive. 62 to 49. There's still time for a comeback. I'm not going to write off K9 just yet. 12 frags. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, it's possible.
Wow. What? Okay,
he wanted
Surf
the frag.
wanted that frag so badly.
Yeah.
Screw you, Yellow Armor. Nobody loves you.
Now here's Sin with the... whoop. He had better position advantage, but he just shot himself in the face. Now he can get LG'd off, but he's able to survive with 11 health. And at this point, the LG will only tickle. The railgun will hurt, though, and 9 health. Sin survives again. They keep letting the blue team go. I've noticed this. They keep letting the blue team go. I also noticed this with Q2. They would start off doing a massive amount of damage, but then let the guy back off with his 10 health and recoup.
I think with Exodus plus forwarding MG into that railgun, I think that is their way of throwing in the towel. We have a minute and a half left here, but I think Exodus is just pulling out the scotch tape, taping down a few buttons, and going to get a drink of coffee.
Yeah. Quad in about 15. Taking a look at some accuracies here. 30% rail for Exodus, 31% LG. 42 rockets and 77 buckshot. Serp, 36 rail, 23 LG, 78 buckshot. Reflux, 40% rail.
Lightning gun up the sphincter doesn't feel so good. And
really
Exodus with the quad. Wow, this I want to see.
K9 finally with the quad run. Very weak quad carrier, can be railed off. Oh, and he's facing off against the railgun, and Reflux can't get the shot off. 58-65. About 40 seconds left to go. Exodus.
Screw you, Red Armor.
Wanting a frag. Just like, hey, I wish I had a stack. 30 seconds.
And 6 frags. I mean, if that quad run went a little differently and Exodus moved from point A to point B with
5
a little
frags.
more gusto.
20 seconds. Come on, close the gap. Close it. 4.
It's not gonna happen though. I mean, with him up there, there's no
Hush!
way up there.
Silence!
Oh.
Sin's able to survive.
Jeez.
66, 61. Nice LG train. 3 seconds. DS comes out on top once more, but those were some great tight games that we saw. The first one was